Today we are going to see how to install and set up your VS Code. So first of all, I'll open my browser and search here VS Code, and first I'll download VS Code. Okay, now you can see you have to click on this download option. After clicking on this download button, you have to choose your operating system. So in this case, I am using Windows 10, so I'll use this option. And you can see after pressing this, my download is already started. I have already downloaded the VS Code, so I will not install it. As it started downloading, I will cancel it because I have already downloaded it. Okay, now after installing my VS Code, let's start setting up my VS Code. So I'll open my file explorer and go to the downloads. You can see here, this is the VS Code user setup. I'll double click on this. You can see it's asking, do you want to run this file? I'll click on run. As you can see, you can see this agreement up here. You have to click on I accept the agreement. You can read out the terms and conditions. Now you have to select the path where you want the VS Code. I want to install my VS Code on this path only, so I won't disturb it. Like matter. Then it will ask what name you want to put the folder or the start menu. You click next. I want to create a desktop icon, so I'll click on this, and no need to disturb all these things. Let it be what it is. Click on next and click on install. The installation will start begin. Now, after setting up VS Code, after installing VS Code, we have to set up the compiler. So the compiler for this we will be using is a GCC. Okay, now to check if the GCC is already installed here, you have to open command prompt. I will write here cmd and I will write gcc minus minus version. You cannot see this. I will zoom it. Gcc minus minus version. It says gcc is not recognized as an internal or external command because we have not downloaded it yet. So firstly we have to download our gcc. Okay, now we can see that our VS Code is installed. Now we don't want to launch the VS Code. We'll just click on finish. So first we'll download the compiler. To download the compiler, you have to search MingW. After searching that, you can find out it's the first site of sourceforge.net/projects.mingw. You have to click on this. After clicking on this, you have to click on this download button. Shortly your download will be start downloading, and you can see the download has been started here. Yes, it's downloaded. Now let's close all these tabs and let's go to our download folder and click on the setup. I have already downloaded it. I have downloaded it 2 times, so anyways I can open any of it. Now it's asked that publisher is not verified. No worries, you can run it as it is used by many users. Now it's asking for the installation setup. You have to click on install. Then you have to install. You have to select the directory. I won't recommend you to change it. Just use whatever it's by default here. Click on continue. Now it says the download is in progress. This may take some time. You'll have to wait for it. Okay, so now it says it has processed 113 out of 113 items. Now you'll have to click on continue, and now you can see it has opened a window. Now after this window comes, you can see there are basic setup and all packages. Okay, so you have to click on basic setup and you have to check all of them, mark for installation. To mark all of them. Now, after marking all of them, you can see this installation button here. After clicking on installation, click on apply changes. Now, after clicking on this, it's asking OK to proceed. You have to click on apply. Now it will start downloading your compiler from the website of SourceForge. Now you'll have to wait again for it to download it properly and to install it. It depends on your hard drive or SSD. In whichever you are downloading it, a hard drive could take a much longer time, but in SSD it will take lesser time. And you will need to have an active internet connection for all of the installation process. As you can see, after the downloading is done, now the extracting part is going on. Now we'll click on this close dialog automatically when activity is complete. And this is the process which will take the largest amount of time, because here whatever the things are downloaded are being extracted. Again, it depends on your hard drive or SSD, the speed of it and where you are installing it. If you are installing it on SSD, it will take a less time, but in hard drive it could take a lot of time. We'll just have to wait until the extracting and installation part is completed. So all the packages have been successfully installed. It took a lot of time, but we have successfully installed our compiler. So let's check if our compiler is installed or not. So first of all, we will open our CMD. Open my CMD. After opening my CMD, I'll write GCC minus minus version. So it says that my GCC is not recognized and it's not installed. It's not a command. So it clearly shows it's not installed, but we have installed it. The only thing that's remaining is setting up its path. So to set up its path, we'll go to primary C, then our MingW, then our bin. So we have all these binary files here. Now we'll click here and copy the path C colon slash MingW slash bin. Now after this we will search here environment, and you have to click on this edit the system environment variables. After clicking on that, you will see this pop-up. In this pop-up you have to go to the environment variables and click here this path, double click here. After double clicking here, you will have to make a new path here. So I'll click on new and I'll paste it, and then after pasting it I'll click on OK, then OK, then OK. Now again I'll open my command prompt, and now I will again write gcc minus minus version. So as you can see, it is clearly detecting our GCC compiler, the MingW compiler, and we have successfully installed our compiler. Now coming back to our VS Code. Now some users may find this error that they have installed their compilers properly and everything is working fine. They have set it all the paths, GCC is recognizable, but still they are unable to run their programs. So for that, I'll show you guys how to do it. Let's open my VS Code which I have already installed. So I have successfully opened my VS Code. Now let's open a new folder. So I'll create a new folder for C or C++. So I'll open a folder, and in my desktop I'll create a new folder named C/C++. I can't use C, so I'll write C++ files or projects. So I'll select this folder and I'll open, and this folder will be open in my VS Code, and you have to click yes, I trust the authors because you're the only author in this. Now you'll have to create a new file, and the file name is hello.cpp. You can name anything, but the extension should be cpp. Wait, let me zoom in so you can see this properly. I have made a new file named hello.cpp. The name could be anything, but the extension should be cpp, as the extension of C++ files is cpp. Press enter, and after making a cpp file, you can see it's already asking you to install the recommended extension for C++. You'll have to click on install. So it will already start installing some good extension packs. So as you can see, the extension pack is being downloaded, being installed. Until this installing happens, let me write a quick code first. So I'll click come on this hello.cpp page, and let me write some quick code. Hash include iostream dot, no need to write dot h, just iostream using namespace standard, and let me create a main function int main, and then I'll write just a normal output program, cout hello world, and return 0. No need to write return 0, but it's a good ethic to download write a return 0. Okay, now I'll show you one thing. The file is not saved yet. How I can say that file is not saved yet? It's saying this dot, it's writing this dot here. So to save it, you have to press Ctrl S. Okay, so whenever you are doing some changes, this dot will come again and you'll have to save it. So I have to save it, then the dot goes away. So we have to continuously do this thing manually. So do this thing automatically. All you have to do is click on this file, and then you have to scroll down, and there is an option named autosave. You just have to click it, and whatever you'll write again, it will automatically get saved. See, you can see now no dots are there. So whatever you'll write, it will get automatically saved. You don't have to do it manually again and again. So let's see if our extensions is downloaded or not. It's still installing. We'll have to wait until this installation happens. Until then, I'll show you one more extension you have to download. It won't come with this extension pack, but you have to download it otherwise. So you have to write code runner. Press enter. And you can see the extension with this dot run logo in yellow color. You have to install this. Always remember this. Now click on install, and it will also start installing. Now close all this thing. Let's see if our extension pack has been installed or not. No, it's still installing. So we'll have to wait until the whole installation process happens. So this is my quick code, and I'll write some more. I will write cout enter any number, and I'll see in any number n. Let me declare that number n, int n, and then I will see out the entered number is n. So my file is all ready to run, but you can see there was no option of this running part. But since our extension has been downloaded, as you can see this code runner extension, it is downloaded, we have got here a run option. Okay, as you can see, the run option is right here. Now I'll hide this tab, and I'll click on this run button, and you can see our code has successfully run. Now you can see here it's asking for to enter any number. So if you will try typing here anything, you will not be able to type anything. So this is good for only a static program where you are only getting the output, you are not inputting anything. So you are not able to enter anything, like it's asking to enter any number, but I am not able to enter anything. So to fix that, what I'll have to do is first I'll stop the execution and close this panel, and I will press Control comma. After pressing this Control comma, you will have to search code minus runner, and you will see some options here. So the first option, you have to click on two options. You have to turn on two options here. So the first option is clear previous output. You have to check this one, and you have to come down and you have to search for run in terminal. See code runner, run in terminal. You have to check on this. So these two things are turned on. Now you are all ready to compile your code. Now you have to run your code again, and now you'll see it from output it has came to a terminal, and my code is being executed inside a terminal. So now you can see my code has been successfully run inside my terminal, and it's asking to enter any number. So let me enter my any number 56. You can see you can input any number in the inside a terminal. If I press enter, it will show whatever the output it was. The enter number is 56 because I have written here to print it in this way. Okay, so we have a running C++ code inside a VS Code, and we have installed all the compilers and all that, and you are ready to make your projects. Now, one more thing, another thing I want to say you, like if I run it again, you can see it's running again, and the older output is still here. I have checked on one option which says to clear the previous terminal, but is still not clearing. So in my tip, I just want to say this, that you should use this thing, system CLS. What system CLS does is it clears out the terminal to 6. Okay, so you can see this before using this. I have the whole lot of stuff going on here, so I don't want this. I'll rerun my, after I have added this, I will rerun my program, and you can see that when it comes, my compiler comes to system CLS, it will clear my whole terminal. So this is an extra tip for you. You can use or you cannot, it totally depends on you. So every time you'll run it, you'll get a newer interface. Like if I run it again, you will see I'll get a cleaner interface again. See, it's a cleaner interface, and I'll write number 12 and it will print. Okay. So this is what VS setup about, and you have successfully set up your VS Code for running C++ programs. Thank you.